A few weeks ago, I let a bunch of marbles purchase your manga recommendations, and it was super fun. I'm still looking for manga recommendations, so if you have any, feel free to leave them in the comments below. The three that I managed to pick up were actually pretty short. The first was a single volume, Pink by Kyoko Okazaki. This was actually a really great read. I wasn't anticipating to enjoy it so much, especially considering the art style. The back of the book says it's about love and capitalism. It's an 18 plus, but you wouldn't find this on Faku, though page 3 shows the main character Yumi going down on one of her clients. But you don't see too much outside of boobs. It's mostly verbally explicit. What I enjoyed most is how real the characters feel. Sometimes you have to put extra effort into life to keep the things that you hold dear to yourself, even if you don't want to. And in Yumi's case, it's a second job as a prostitute so she can feed her pet crocodile, which I think is just a metaphor and can be replaced with pretty much anything you yourself cherish. She doesn't get on with her stepmother. She sometimes thinks about feeding her clients to her pet croc, but she always seems happy and makes time for shopping, drinks, and sleeping with friends if that's a normal thing. I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't enjoy the ending, wishing that it kind of went on a little bit longer or ended slightly differently. But I think with these more real slice of life series, I think the more open-ended ending is it kind of suits perfectly. And I think the little sister pretty much sums up the series in its entirety. Grown-ups are horny and so dishonest and so damn complicated. Being a kid rocks. Truer words have never been spoken. And I think I've mentioned this before, but the art is very simple. And I think it just works well with what the story is trying to tell. Next, I read Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. This was actually recommended to me by Unboxy Girl. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's a nice slice of life Yuri series. Two co-workers get a little bit close to one another. One struggling with what she values in life and how to fit in with friends, and the other is a hardworking, family-focused, and appears pretty cold and stern. Hinako and Asahi's relationship is a slow grower, but they start to open up to one another. And as the reader, you know that they're gonna kind of get together in the end, but it's kind of cute to watch them fumble around each other until they eventually come to the right conclusion. Nothing too special about this one, but I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll probably continue this one. And my last read was Solonin by Inyo Asano. This is actually my first work of his. I've seen it countless times in many people's collections. I think with most slice of life coming of age stories, the ones that I've read all seem to be the same. They're quite light-hearted and wholesome, learning about who you are as a person, empathy, love. This one hits all those topics, but it's a little bit heavier at times. I'm sure many readers, like myself, felt the main character, Inoue, is truly relatable. She has no idea what she wants to do with her life. She works a normal office job she's not particularly enthusiastic about, doesn't really have any hobbies, and spends most of her money going out with friends, which is pretty much how I spent my early 20s, feeling lost, unsure about the future, which is pretty scary. And not following or keeping up with social norms can make you feel different and left out. And I'm sure anyone watching this has read manga and watched anime, have had those judgmental eyes upon them and making them feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's easy to give up on things that you're passionate about, especially if you have no encouragement from other people. But I think shooting your shot is better than not shooting at all. But then again, that's always easier said than done. There's definitely at least one character in here that everybody will connect to, especially if you're coming up to your early 20s or even if you're way past that point. I think the art is really good. It's really nice and clean, and the secondary characters make for a great background comedy. I feel Pink and Solomon are definitely series that you can't talk too much about, otherwise you spoil most of it, but they are definitely great coming of age slice of life series, and I think everybody should pick them up. I'm glad I've definitely picked them up anyway. But what I will say is that not every manga series needs to have a happy ending. Some series will end on a lukewarm ending, but I think, you know, it kind of reflects what real life is about. No matter what tragedy kind of comes your way, the world keeps spinning, and unfortunately we do have to keep on moving and living on. But yes, this was super fun. I'm going to be doing it again at some point. I've already got a bunch of manga recommendations in my list, so I'll be spinning the wheel again and dropping some marbles down and hopefully picking up some manga that I otherwise wouldn't pick up myself. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.